morning, everybody. This is Joellen Sumner. I am the Tuneful Teacher. Thank you so much for tuning in live for our weekly little tip and trick about what to do at home to become more musical with your kiddo. I am a kindergarten through fourth grade currently music teacher, certified in the state of Illinois, but I also I'm certified K through 12, and I have certification in infants and toddlers and pre-K through First Steps in Music, which is what I am promoting with you guys today. So thank you so much for joining me. First, I want to just rep my alma mater. I'm wearing my Marian Catholic hat here and my pullover. This is the place, this is the high school that I went to, and this is the place that I was really turned on to becoming a music teacher. I always knew that I had a nice voice and that I really enjoyed singing and musical theater and things like that. But then when I went to this school, everything kind of like opened up. The world of teaching opened up to me due to the wonderful teachers that I had, especially my choir director, Mrs. Nancy Maroka. So if you're out there, Nancy, thank you so much for inspiring me. You were the one that turned me on to teaching. And of course, I thought I was going to start with high school and then move on to college, but I really found the most value to teaching is teaching the youngest of our community. As I said, I teach K through 4 right now in the public school. But I really have started to try to branch out and try to get to those kiddos that are going to be feeding into my school through First Steps in Music for infants and toddlers, and even expecting parents. Now I'm even opening it up to parents that are pregnant, and how can you become musical right now with your kiddo? Wherever you are, I want to give you the tools to help you. So First Steps in Music parent-child classes are suspended right now for me. I have it going through my park district as well as my school district. So I am trying to figure out how can I be the most value to serve parents out there. What do you need? Well, you need activities to do with your kiddo, and I want to help you as much as I can. So today and every week, I have been featuring different activities that you can do, why they're important to do with your child, and just give you more tools in your toolbox to pull from as this stay-at-home order is going on. So today is, what is dandling? What is dandling? If you know, you can type in the comments if you have an idea of what dandling is. But if you don't, I'm going to tell you all about it today with my little plushy bear here, Clubby, my little tie beanie baby. Not so tiny beanie baby, but dandling, my friends, is an actual English word. The English coined this phrase of bouncing a child on your knee. They have a word for it, and it's called dandling because it's so important. So imagine that. People in England valued the act of bouncing a child so much that they coined their own word for it. So I want to bring back dandling here as I'm teaching parents how to be musical with their kiddo. Dandling, bouncing your child on the knee. And that could be if you're sitting in a chair like I am, putting your child on your knee and just raising and lowering your heel. You can put both legs together and on both knees and move both heels up and down. We have other ways of bouncing too. Maybe your child is a little bit bigger. Maybe you have a toddler. So maybe if you're sitting on the floor, you want to make sure that their feet touch the floor. And as they become more and more independent, they're going to bounce themselves or go like this, which is then evoking your response to bounce them. So kids are loving bounces. And we want to promote the whole reason why we bounce is because we want to create that feeling of steady beat in a child. And it's actually proven through neuroscientific studies that girls find that steady beat earlier than boys, and it could even take up to through kindergarten for a boy to find steady beat. Steady beat can be helpful not only musically, but also when we think about reading and having a flow. When we think about picking up a book and reading, we want to have that steady beat that takes us through. We don't want to stop and stutter each word. We want to make sure we have that flow. That's what we're trying to encourage our kiddos to do. So we want to make sure that evoking that sense of wonder and imagination and pretend as we bounce our child. Maybe they might be riding a horse. So this is the way the ladies ride. Prim, prim, prim. This is the way the gentlemen ride. Trim, trim, trim. This is the way the hunters ride. A gallop, a gallop, a gallop, a gallop. This is the way the farmers ride. A trot, a trot, a trot, a trot. This is the way the plowboys ride. Hobble-de-gee, 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 hobble-de-gee. So you can see I'm using that steady beat, and I'm also showing different ways to show that beat in small bounces, in bigger bounces, and then moving from back and forth, from knee to knee. So let's try that one again. And okay, parents, we might get bored with this, this over the period of time, but really making sure that you repeat an activity 4 times with the child, 4 times. That's the key in First Steps in Music. 4 times is going to help a kiddo feel and acquire that sense, and then also to remember that. They're children. Remember, repetition is key for kiddos. So we don't want to just expose it to it once. We want to make sure that we keep it moving. So we want to make sure we keep repeating it. About 4 times is great. If you want to do more, that's great. If they are excited about it and evoke like this urgency, then go ahead and do it. So do it again. Here we go. This is the way the ladies ride. A prim, prim, prim. This is the way the gentlemen ride. Trim, trim, trim. This is the way the hunters ride. A gallop, a gallop, a gallop, a gallop. This is the way the farmers ride. A trot, a trot, a trot, a trot. This is the way the plowboys ride. Higgle-de-gee, hobble-de-gee, hobble-de-gee, hobble-de-gee. Now notice that I'm also, when I change that tempo or the speed, tempo means speed. When I change that speed, my beat changes, so my text is following my beat. And that's also what you're going to do when you have your kiddo evoking a response. Once they're able to do so, once they're talking, you're following their tempo. You always want to follow the tempo of a kiddo. Let's see. I have a question coming up here on Instagram. Yes, girls, again, yes, girls get it more naturally. They actually get it before even pre-K. Before pre-kindergarten, you can see girls having steady beat, quicker than boys. And when I teach kindergarten, so I do First Steps in Music from, like I said, infants, toddlers, but also I teach it in kindergarten and first grade. And yes, we try to do it 4 times. I have 20-minute classes when I teach K through 4. So I am zipping through these activities. And yes, I do this 8-step first step workout, 8-part first step workout in 20 minutes with my students. It really comes natural once you get the flow of it, and you're, as a teaching professional, we can do that kind of thing. So yes, I find that 4 times is awesome. To keep repeating something is very important, especially for the child's brain. Please remember that neuroscience and brain development in children, the earliest we can expose them to things like language, like music, like dance, all of these help the child's brain develop. Music is a gift for us as human beings. We are the only species that have this. And, it is its own language in some sort of way. Would you not speak to your baby just because they can't speak back to you? No, you're going to talk to that baby and give them nutrient-rich language throughout their infancy and in their toddlerhood so that when they are ready to speak, they have all of this prior experience and prior knowledge in their brain. Same thing with music. Expose your child to classical music. Expose your child to jazz music. Expose your child to rock and hip hop and dance music. Give them as much exposure to music as possible, but do not neglect singing to your child. Singing is most important. Bouncing, dancing, all of this is really, really important to your child's brain development. Because if those synapses are not connecting, they are reaped away by age, I think it's like by age 3 or 4. Music aptitude is really available for children between 1 and 3. And by the age of 7, their development, their musical aptitude has been cemented. So we really want to make sure that before children even get to school, I want to give parents the tools right now to make sure that they are giving their children, while we're at home, they're not going to have music professionals. So I'm bringing this to you right now. This is my service to parents. I am a music lover. I'm sure you all out there too, but maybe some of you don't feel comfortable singing in a group of other parents and children in front of another music professional. Well, I'm going to be delivering content to you, to your email inbox, and that's free of charge. I'd love to help you out in this time, and I'm actually going to be doing a free 5-day musical family challenge, trying to cultivate that musical home environment right now as we are all home together. So I want to make sure that you all can experience and try out and experiment with all sorts of tips and tricks and just different activities and techniques so that you can engage and bond with your child through music. It's so magical and special. Music is really like of another world, we kind of say, and I really want to bring that to all of you guys in the comfort of your own home. So if you want to go to the tunefulteacher.com, I urge you to go to the tunefulteacher.com, and if you can go to the studio page, I am going to be launching a mini course soon, and if you go to the tunefulteacher.com/musical family, you can sign up for my 5-day free challenge where I'm going to email you a special strategy, demonstrate it live in our Facebook group, especially for First Steps in Music parents, and then obviously give you that community of talking and networking with other parents, asking questions about what works, what doesn't work, taking videos, taking pictures of your child and you bonding together through music. This is an unprecedented time, and it's a kind of a blessing because we're given the gift of time. So we are home with our children. We sometimes have a busy life and we're not able to be with them at all times. Now we are. So what are we going to do? We are going to sing and we're going to dance and we're going to celebrate because we have to bond with those kiddos regardless of what's going on outside of our doors. Our families are the most important thing. So I urge you to take this time and get off of the screens. I'm here to help you, and I have, a course, and you'll obviously be watching me, but I want you to use those tools and then take them offline and sit with your child and sing to them. Your voice is the most important voice your child will ever hear. So thank you so much for joining us for What is Dandling? Now you know it's bouncing on your knee. And I didn't show this because this is hard to demonstrate, but if you're laying on your back and you pull your knees into your chest, you can, and obviously if you have 2 legs up, you could also do this as well, which might be for more older infants, maybe even some toddlers if they're not too heavy, but just another way to dandle, which I thought was kind of funny. Thank you for joining us for First Steps in Music with the Tuneful Teacher Studio, and we will see you guys very soon. Sign up for that challenge. Thanks.